Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Makata Man at YouTube with the second work in progress video for the master grade Providence. Now I've got two master grades on the go. I'm not really the master grade modeler. They never really interested me or really seemed that much further from a high grade in detail what it can offer with further works I can apply to it. But having a play with this very recent release, there's quite a few gimmicks and detail and whatnot that I've thoroughly enjoyed snapping, cleaning, preparing to modify. And obviously there's a lot of aspects that are toy-like and that I'm not too happy with. Though with just how interesting this subject matter is, it's definitely enough that I really wanted it once it came out. And the project has been going extremely well. So on a test bed, we've got our runner that we did the Molotov liquid chrome, and we applied it with a pen, put a candy over it that very day, and it just turned terribly. Having a talk to Toymaker on Facebook, he said that being an ink, it takes up to 2 weeks to dry, mature and harden fully. It's not really on the same level as a paint. So I allowed it 2 weeks to dry and harden once applied with the pen. I applied a coat of Pledge Future Floor, which takes many days for it to fully mature, even up to a week depending on what chemical substances and surfaces and handling and whatnot. So gave that a week or so. And just right now tonight I applied Alclad enamel candy yellow, because I do wish to have that very shiny yellow gold look, and it's just absolutely unhindered. It's really beautiful. The gold's not quite dried. That takes again multiple days, but due to the slow drying nature and maturation of everything, it's got the effect that I want. So I know how I'm going to paint this, and it's going to be really shiny yellow. Looking inside, the runners are getting a bit thin. The base, I'm going to start working on soon. I'm going to mask it all off and have it in its correct colours. Clear band across, and it's going to have the text that the Zaft symbol has. Whatever it does say, I'll find that online. So I've stored everything in plastic. These are all the funnels. Once the rest of the funnels, the backpack and the weapon's done, snapping is complete. So it is all modified for very easy assembly for painting. And there's going to be some small modifications planned. So the peg holes has been loosened, and everything just pops out really easy for future PVA gluing. Torso arms we've already done, but again the legs, the feet, it's all done for very quick and easy separation. You can see that the holes have been widened, yet there's just enough to allow it to just tag together. It's very articulated. You're going to get some pretty dynamic and interesting poses. This kit I found to be very easy going on seam lines, as there's just a ton of parts and it's taking forever to come together. What I do find, besides the joint there, what I do find is with all these small, very detailed parts, there is a lot of flash. So that takes a bit of time contouring around all the detail and whatnot to sand it with the 3-4 sandpaper motion method. But very chunky, very detailed, lot of room for further modification. We can go with the Josh Dara method and cut away at the armour and make holes and get things all interesting. So inside we can see that we've got these fins or slits, and the idea is it attaches to these holes or these slots. The slots have been sanded out with folded in half very high grit sandpaper. The slits have been cut out, and I'm able to put together and remove quite easily. Drop of PVA glue and it's in place after painting. Being metallic, I don't want anything brushing up against each other or being stuck. This thing, my favourite aspect of the kit, I think it's very cool. The thrusters just blow my mind away, and again it's modified for easily pulling apart. You can see inside there that this thing just opens and closes and opens up and exposes these mini thrusters. There's too many panels. I'm never one for panel lines, so we can see where these bits and pieces are being absolutely hollow. I'm going to cut these bits out with the ultrasonic knife and reattach them at the bottom with styrene, give it a lot more depth, and some other areas I'm going to drill out, and very, very small panel areas I'm going to cut out styrene and have it raised. I want to have 3 to 4 levels of detail sinking in and popping out, which is hard to do with injection molding, but with a lot of work, the legs and the chest are going to have a ton of building to do. I've got a new plan on how to draft that and start modifying kits, especially the outer armor of stuff. We're going to be exploring that in the 3rd video, but yeah, this particular piece is probably going to be where a lot of work is going to go into, and not too much because it's going to be the back, and you're going to see the front area where sufficient work has to be put into that to be interesting. But yeah, I want to do that. But when we looked at my talk on the Gunpla Builders World Cup judging criteria, they want to see all the work done from one angle. Forget that. I'm going to do multiple angles, but we just need to consider that they're only judging in one direction. So this is the first time I've got it together, and yeah, it's a typical boring Bandai Gundam kit. Though all the tiny parts that go together, if you just work on each part individually, do a little cutting, a little bit of adding, and you plop it all together, you'll have quite a project. So considering every single component as a mini model kit or a mini project, it's not really that daunting at all whatsoever. Nonetheless, I really like the look of it. There's a lot of joints and movements and possibility with the feet. It just has to be an action-based pose project. Achieving the look of the box art is not hard whatsoever. Every single component has been worked upon for articulation and connecting purposes, so this can all be pulled apart with relative ease and put back together. Once it's completely built, which should be by the next time we're together on camera like this, we're going to map out the modifications, start whacking out at each part. It's not going to be that crazy or hard to do. The painting is where the real pleasure's at, with the monochrome and candy effect. Some other areas it's going to be painted and whatnot. I want to do a little bit of gradient work with probably some gunmetal at the edges to give it some definition, touch of weathering on the edges, and lots and lots of decal. So it's going to be at the polishing and decal stage a few months before it needs to be completely done. But yeah, enjoying the project so far, and just each and individual part and location is really cool. Just smashing away. The odd night shift at work, the odd session here and there is fun, but I'd imagine building it in one sitting would be pretty hard, and you'd be very, very quick to burn out. Regardless, we'll see how we go in the next few videos. I've also got a 1.6 rifle model kit that I'm going to chop up and modify with this gun that comes with the model. So that's another component that'll be added to this kit. Thank you very much for watching. As always, until next time, stay tuned for further content. Have a look at the description section, Facebook, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.